All right, we have a great game, a great African game in our hands. Great fixtures. Welcome everyone, welcome everyone, welcome everyone. Yeah, it's a great features and a great game to remember. As long as African football is concerned, as long as Afcon is concerned. So let's just dive into it. I just want us to talk and have a bit of analysis and also a build up going into these games today. It's almost time for the entertainment. So everyone, as long as you're African or as long as you're a lover of football, just know that you need to be here. You need to just be close to the screen because these features are great features. They are things that you have to. So the focus actually will be on the finalist teams at the semi-finals. We have the Senegal, we have the Egypt, we have Nigeria, and we have Morocco, which is the host team. So our focus will be on that. Let's just do some analysis and also see what we think will be the outcome of these features. They're actually very, very dicey and very, very close because all four teams are actually capable of winning the Afcon. So let's just dive into it. So let's go in the history of Afcon. The team with the highest title of Afcon, I mean gold title of Afcon, is Egypt with 7 titles. They won it 1957, 1959, 1986, 1999, 2006, 2008, 2010. As a matter of fact, Egypt won the Afcon 3 consecutive times in a row. 3 consecutive times in a row. So it's actually not a team you just overlook. So then we go down to Cameroon. Cameroon are already out. They were beaten by the host nation, Morocco. Cameroon have won it 5 times. So in 1984, 1988, 2000, 2002, and 2017, that was when Morocco won it. That's when Cameroon won it. So Cameroon is with 5 gold titles. Then the number 4, the team that have won it 4 times is Ghana. Ghana won it 1963, 1965, 1978, 1982. So Ghana they have Afcon title of 4 times. Then the next is Nigeria. Nigeria actually have the highest trophies when it comes to Afcon. They've won a lot of, they've been a runner-up, like they won a lot of silver and also the bronze, more than any other African nation. As a matter of fact, they've never lost even in a group stage or whatever. They always get to this stage. They are now the semi-finals. So they have been the most consistent teams as long as Afcon is concerned. So, but they have 3 golds so far. They won it in 1980 for the first time, 1994 and 2013. Then the next below is Cote d'Ivoire. Cote d'Ivoire also have the same number of titles with Nigeria. They won it in 1992. Cote d'Ivoire happened to be the defending champion on this, but they were out. They were beaten by Egypt. So they were beaten by Egypt in the quarterfinals. So Cote d'Ivoire is out. They won it the first time in 1992. They won it 2015, and also they won it 2023. Yeah, so Cote d'Ivoire have 3 titles. Then the one following it is Algeria. Algeria have won it twice. Then Algeria won it in 1990 and also 2019. Then next to Algeria is Congo. Congo actually have that's DR Congo. They actually have an old history when it comes to Afcon. They won it in 1968 and 1974. So yeah, I think that was when they were still their name was still Zaire, not DR Congo then, but they won it. twice. So then followed by Zambia, who have won it once, 2012. Tunisia also won it once, 2004. Sudan won it once, 1970. Then Senegal won it once, 2021. South Africa won it once, 1996. Ethiopia won it once, 1962. Morocco won it once, 1976. So Morocco being in this stage, they only won the Afcon once. Yeah, then Congo, the other Congo, won it 1972. So yeah, so that's the history. So our focus now is the last four remaining in the semi-finals. We have Egypt, we have Nigeria, and we have Egypt and Nigeria are actually the highest that have won it, that are still in the competition. So Senegal and Morocco seems to be on the same level when it comes to number of Afcon they've won. So Egypt and Nigeria actually have an edge. That, like I will always say, you don't underrate a team that are Afcon Afcon privilege, because they always turn up. You don't rule them out, especially like Nigeria now. There are teams, like I always say, that might not really be doing well, but when it comes to certain tournaments, they seems to be like the owner, just like what is happening to Egypt now. Egypt kicked out what was his name in the competition. Some people will be surprised, but for me, I'm not surprised, because for a tournament they've won 7 times, and they have the greatest history of winning it 3 consecutive times: 2006, 2008, 2010. You just can't. So it's not a surprise that they won. They won Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast only won it 3 times. So that thing is always there. Like the game between Morocco and Cameroon, that match would have been the other way around, because you can see how they fight, So that is the thing. Then let's move forward with our focus on the tournament so far. So currently, actually today, the semi-finals will be against Morocco against Nigeria, and also Senegal against Egypt. So it's actually the Mo Salah and the Mo Salah and Mane's battle. It was something that already happened before. It looks like a fixture final that happened before. So the battle continues. So then, on the Nigerian side is the Hakimi against Osimhen. So we'll see how that turns out. So, but currently, let's take a look at so far the top scorer in the tournament so far. So we have the top scorer of the tournament coming from Morocco. Let's do this and see. Yeah. So Brahim Diaz have scored 5 goals so far, with the top score of 5 goals, which is Morocco's talisman as long as this competition is concerned. Then followed by Mo Salah, 4 goals, followed by Osimhen, 4 goals. Then Amad Diallo, Ivory Coast, which is already out, with 3 goals. Ayoub El Kabi of Morocco also with 3 goals. Ademola Lookman 3 goals. Lassine Shinayoko, which is of Mali is also out, 3 goals. Then Riyad Mahrez, who is also out. Algeria was actually beaten by Nigeria. So that is what it looks like on the highest goal scorer of the tournament. But you end up becoming MVP only when you win the tournament. So for now, the goal scoring that is how it stands now, and it's very, very close. You can see. Then we talking about the assist so far, because what makes a team formidable is not just only the goal, but also the assists. So I think the Nigerians are topping this one on this assist. Number 1, you find there's Ademola Lookman, followed by Sadio Mane, with 3 goals. Ademola Lookman has 4 assists. Sadio Mane have 3 assists. Akko Adams, Nigeria, have 2 assists. Anish Haj Musa of Algeria have 2 assists. Alex Iwobi, 2 assists. So you see, from there down are all 2 assists. But our focus here is the team that are still in the tournament. So if you see, Nigeria are actually dominating it, even in the top. If you check the top 10, let me say top 10 or top 6 or 7, Nigeria have like 3 players that are on the assist. So that is that. So yeah, so let's just go through and see what happens with the journey so far for the teams that are actually on this semi-final stage. So let's just see and take a look at it and see what we have there. So now we're talking about our focus now be on Senegal. Senegal topped their team. They were grouped in Group D. They topped their team. On that one, they played their first game. Their first game was against Botswana. Their group stage, they won Botswana 3-0. Then the second game was against DR Congo. They drew that game 1-1. Their third game was against Benin Republic. They won 3-0. Then when they got to the round of 16, they played Sudan 3-1. Then at the quarterfinal stage, they won Mali by 1-0. So that is that for Senegal. So that was how Senegal topped the team. So Senegal actually drew one of their game in all. So let's take a look at Egypt. Egypt also topped their group. They were grouped in Group B. Then their first game was against Zimbabwe. They won Zimbabwe 2-1. Then the second game was against South Africa. They won 1-0. Then their third game, they had a draw against Angola. So they actually drew their game also, just like Senegal. So if you check, in the round of 16, they won against Benin Republic 3-1. Then against Ivory Coast, they won 3-2. So if you check the performances of what is it called? The performances of Senegal and Egypt, you will see that game is actually the team. Both of the team are actually on average, right? So it's an average. What's it called? The game is on a balance. You don't really know who is going to win because, most especially, we know they are always there, like they are more like a cat and rat thing when it comes to that tournament. You know, when it comes to the tournament. So the game between Senegal and Egypt is an unpredictable game that you never can tell what happens. So we have to take a look at that and see what happens. For me, it's an opening game. It's an open game. Anyone can steal the show. Anyone can take whatever. Like anyone can win in that game for me, because if you check the form, if you check what has been happening, you'll see that in their group stage is still the same. In as much as we know that the likes of Mo Salah, the likes of Mane haven't actually stepped up the way we used to know them to step up on the game. But you can gladly tell me, you can see that somehow they have influence in their games. So for me, it's an average, it's a 50-50 performance. For me, it's a 50-50 performance. Anybody can win this game. I don't know who to tip, but what I believe is that in Afcon, one thing that always stands out is the physicality of the game. So the team that always have that physicality have an edge. And just especially the West African team. Because we look at this tournament now, this semi-final is more like the final between, West Africa and North Africa. You know, Morocco and Egypt, North Africa, Nigeria, Senegal, West Africa. So it's more like a West Africa final. So we'll see who takes the day. If the final is going to be the final of the West African, it's going to be a West African final or West African derby, or we see if it's going to be a North African, if it's going to go to the way of the North African. So we'll see how that goes. So currently now, for me, I see Senegal overpowering Egypt in this one because of the physicality. Technically, both teams are good. They have great players. They have players based in Europe playing high level. Yeah. So, but for me, the edge will be the physicality on this one for me. Then let's go to the Nigeria and Morocco. So on the side of Nigeria topped their team. They topped their team, but for me, with what has happened in this tournament, Nigeria happens to be the only team that have never drew their game. They won all their game right from the group stage. So their first game, okay, let's take a look at Morocco first. Then we can conclude with one of the Nigeria, because there's a lot that need to be said there, since our bone of contention and focus is on Nigeria. So let's take a look at Morocco so far, because Nigeria happens to be the team that have the best performance so far, and also the group stage also. They have the best performance so far. So now the Moroccans. The Morocco played their first game against Comoros. They also topped their group. Their game against Comoros was 2-0. Their second game against Mali, they drew 1-1. Then their third game was against Zambia. They won 3-0. Then the round of 16, they won Tanzania 1-0. So this part of them and Tanzania. Remember, Nigeria beat Tanzania by 2-1. And from whatever that has been seen, it happens to be that game tend to be the game that have too much of that gave Nigeria a problem in this tournament. In as much as it seems like the first game, they've not really. It was their first game. They've not really settled well. But if you check, for Tanzania to still go as far as playing with Morocco host team, and the final of the game was 1-0. It tells a lot about both teams. You understand? Because Nigeria was actually beating. Nigeria scored first, then Tanzania equalized before Nigeria scored. It replied immediately. So the dominance was there, the control was a bit there. Just that on the 75th minute, they lost concentration, which was also something that happened in their first and second game. Like the game against Tunisia, same thing happened. So that is something I think should be taken into consideration. For Morocco to win 1-0 at home against Tanzania might be the difference between them and Nigeria that won away 2-1 against the same Tanzania. So it's actually an edge. And unfortunately or fortunately, they met Tanzania in their round of 16 game. But Nigeria played Tanzania in their first game. So that can be a test. You can check. look at the comfort of the Morocco still struggle to win Tanzania, with Nigeria playing them in their own first game. So I think Tanzania meeting Nigeria now will actually be beaten, hands down. But for Morocco to struggle, there is something about that match that you must see, because now you find out that the problem might be the attacking, man marking. That is one thing that Tanzania have, that physicality, man marking, Yeah, so Morocco have to look at that and see how they're going to contend with Nigeria regarding that, because Nigerian attacking force also, they tend to make a team that is good to sit back because they are afraid of the attacking force. You see, so they don't want to concede. So while they are focused at the back, Nigeria keeps scoring. Of course, when you defend too much, you play deep. You tend to make your opponent to come closer to you and press you. And Nigeria they are always on a high press. You see, so it's definitely going to be a very difficult game for Morocco. Like I said, the only thing they will have is the fan. Secondly, the referee. So that is the only two things Nigeria can conquer. If Nigeria can be able to score them first, it might tend to give them an edge and also to balance things. Alright, so in the quarterfinal, Morocco won Cameroon 2-0. We know how that match went. It wasn't a good officiating, So that is the journey of Morocco so far. So Morocco drew against Mali, then 1-0 against Tanzania. Those two games can actually tell. You understand? Can actually tell the weakness of the Moroccan team. Then let's go to Nigeria then lastly. So now Nigeria topped their group. Their first game was against Tanzania 2-1, like I've mentioned. Their second game was against Tunisia. They won 3-2. They were even 3-0 up before Tunisia started scoring. Then they also played their last game against Uganda 3-1. Same thing happened. They were 3 goals up also before Uganda scored 1. Then at the round of 16, they won massively against a good Mozambican side 4-0. That is actually a statement, Then at the quarterfinal, they won Algeria 2-0. That game against Algeria was even supposed to get up to 4-5-0 because they missed a lot of chances, but they had 100% dominance and no shot on target. Even the one of Mozambique, almost the same thing. So if you check the goals, if they scored the goals they were supposed to score, they would have scored Algeria up to 4 goals. So that game was a very, very, to me, it's a masterclass when it comes to Nigerian performance. So that is what the build-up that gives them that confidence going into this one. When I mean going into this one, going into this round of semi-finals. Understand? So you can really tell how good this team are, when it comes to that. So for me, scoreline prediction for Senegal against Egypt, I think it will be a narrow one. I think Senegal will edge that one with 2-1. Then Nigeria will edge Morocco with a comfortable 3-1. Comfortable 3-1. But Nigeria can score 2 goals, like 2 goals up. Then Morocco scoring 1. Then finally Nigeria made it 3 goals from Osimhen and any of the Afcon or Lookman. That's my own scoreline prediction. So please drop your own scoreline prediction and also your comment down below, and I'll attend to them if there's anything that needs to be attended to concerning it. So that's my scoreline prediction. That's the analysis concerning the game. It's a great African game ahead. Everyone, let's go. Africa, let's enjoy our football. Our football is the talk of the town now. Everyone is focused. Everyone is curious. Everyone wants to see what the outcome will be on this one. Thanks for coming around. Please like